happening, YouTube? Yep, Rockefeller. It's good. Hanging out in the city right now. Just hanging out, really. Not much else. What's happening, people? See who come on here and hang out on the weekend. One of these days, I believe I probably will. That's one of the things I always wanted to do, actually. That's funny that you say that. Always wanted a nice penthouse in the city. You know, with that view. New York City is much different now. Like, there's so many different places you can go. It's like, it's so many different places, like, where there's the view that you're thinking of. Which is good, I guess, you know. It's good. It's not limited. It's not as limited as it has been in the past. What's going on, son? Got a little chilly that quick. I always make sure I bring my hoodie with me. Oh, what's good to eat? Man, I'm thinking about it now. I'm trying to figure it out. Literally trying to figure it out. Literally trying to figure it out. What up, William? The sign said the smells of New York. Yeah, depending on where you are, they can vary. It can smell like garbage or it might smell like good food. Depending on what block you on. That's funny. That is funny. I don't know what made you say Italian, but I've been having Italian on my mind since Thursday. And what, today's Saturday. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for like 2 days, like literally. He says Stromboli. I'm kind of thinking like maybe some stuffed shells, some good lasagna, maybe some eggplant or some veal, something like that. That's like the direction I'm moving in, but we'll see. We'll see what it's gonna be. Yeah, but the weather's trying to switch up a little bit. Never had veal. Veal is good, man. It's very, very tender when it's done right. Woo! You talk about some tender meat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, veal is not to be played with. It is not to be played with. Eggplant is good too, though. Nah, not yet. You know I'm going to get there, though. You know I'm going to get there. Matter of fact, I'll probably go down there in a minute. I'm waiting for my wife to come back from a store. When she get back up here, I'll probably run downstairs in the building and go to Starbucks and get something. Yep. Because you know that they got one. This part of the city, like Midtown, there's a Starbucks probably at least every 2 to 3 blocks. It's crazy. Jelani said, you shopping for watches again? Nah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. I did. Did I tell you I told you I had got 2 watches that day though? When I told you? That same day. What's up, Benito? This one is an old one though. That's an old one that I had. The 2 that I bought, one of them was deep like this. Yeah. So you was there when I had bought the two. Mind you, I had no intentions of getting no watch, but I knew if I went down there, it was over, and that's exactly what happened. And then got the nerve to walk away with 2 joints. Yeah, they were nice watches though. You'll see them in the summer, definitely. My watch collection getting nice, like my shade collection. Word. Hassan said your students need to get you a Starbucks gift certificate for your birthday or Christmas. Hey, that's an awesome idea. It's definitely gonna be used. You know that much. Yep, definitely gonna be used. It's so funny being from New York. Like when you from New York, like all of this is so normal. I know people come like from other countries when they come here, and they just be like baffled by everything that they seeing, and it's just regular. If you from New York, it's just ordinary. Like you can tell when somebody not from New York when they cross the street. If they stop when the let me show you. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Look, you see this? If they stop when that's like that, they're not from here. We don't stop for that. We stop only if there's cars coming. And even if there's cars coming, we still don't stop. We just will dart across the street. But like tourists, look, this is what they do. Let me show you. You see how they waiting patient? Those are tourists. Those are tourists. Anybody that waits at the light is a tourist. That's how you know if somebody's from New York or not. We actually going to see a Broadway show. What's today? Saturday? I think next week. We're going to see something on Broadway. Yep. Jackie said that'll be me next week. Oh, Jackie, you coming to New York? What? You coming to New York, Jackie? What? Oh, you gotta hit me up. Let me know where you're gonna be at. Get some coffee or something. Hassan said, you're so right about that, and recognize the tourists. Scammers actually pick up on those mannerisms all day. Scammers are crazy too, because they know, like, they can recognize when, one, you're from New York, but they also know, like, if you would be snitching, if you're gonna tell. They can tell just by looking at you, like, if they try to do something crazy with, tourists or whatever, if you're gonna tell on them, they can tell. They're looking at you to see if you look like the telling type. That's what's funny about scammers. They're not looking at you to try to get at you. They know they can't do that. They're looking to see if you're gonna tell on them. That's crazy. Yep, that's exactly how it goes. But yeah, so had a good weekend so far though. Went to church yesterday, for Good Friday. That was an awesome service. It's always a pleasure to congregate with believers. And today we just hanging out right now. Anytime I say I'm out, you already know I'm with my wife and she's shopping. That's what that means. Definitely. Yes, likewise. Likewise. Yep. Yeah, but life is good, man. Life is definitely good. It's a blessing. Something not to be taken for granted, Definitely not. Yeah, like that's something that I make sure that I do just daily. Like I go kind of above and beyond and like out of my way to make sure that I show gratitude. Like there's a lot of people that are just around in general, like especially in highly and densely like populated areas like New York, definitely. There's always somebody that like you could just help, just for no reason. Like you don't really need a reason to do good for someone that really is gonna benefit from the good that you can help them with. And there's so many people like that. Like I see that all the time, you know? And I try to use like my intuition and just how I'm feeling at the time to determine who it is going to be that I, will extend a helping hand to. And knowing that I'm not even talking about like money all the time, even though sometimes that might be what the case may be that can help someone. But sometimes people be hungry. I know like this past winter, there were so many people that didn't have coats, walking around like without a coat and it's freezing. I'm like, damn, like people, you got a bunch of coats probably right now in your closet that you're not wearing that somebody could be using that needs a coat. Go in your closet, take it out, find somebody who needs a coat and just give it to them. So that type of thing. Like, and I don't, like, you don't need permission or you don't need anything to do that type of stuff. Like, there's no rules. You make the rules. Oh, well, why are you doing that? Because somebody, it's just for the simple fact that it's helping someone else, period. That's it. But why do you do that? I don't know. I just felt like doing it. So like the more of that goes on with people, it's like you're really literally helping to improve the world. Because that's how it happens. It happens on a small scale. It doesn't have to be something that's a big, huge movement that's going on. It's the little everyday shit that you could do to help folks. You know what I'm saying? Little everyday stuff. Hassan said the presentation went well with the students. Nice. That's the one I said I had wanted to be a part of, right? I wish I was in the room for that one. Yep. Hassan said the fact that you're always willing to assist within reason is why you stay blessed. Of course. Of course. Of course. Like I don't understand how people don't do that. And like I said, it doesn't have to be all extravagant and you got to make a big ordeal out of it and you know how people like to do sometimes. Oh, I'm gonna go over here and do this and blah blah blah. It don't have to be big. It's the smaller things that are more impactful to people. It's little shit that's more impactful to people. So if you do more of the little stuff, that's really the most meaning to me, in my opinion. That's definitely the most meaning. Like one of the things that I was talking to my kids about this like last year, I was like, yo, we gonna volunteer. Like, you should see what it's like to just volunteer, like in a soup kitchen. Just volunteer. Oh, so what are we gonna be doing there? You're gonna be helping to feed people. That's it. Like just little stuff like that. And the more of that goes on, not only are you doing your part to help to improve this world that we living in, but that's how you keep yourself in the loop for being on the receiving end of being blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like why, like when I talk to people now and they're like, yo, TeamAlliance is, I see that it's solid, like it's not falling off. TeamAlliance ain't never gonna fall off. Like it's never gonna fall off, like, because we are on that vibration and that's it. Like we're on the vibration and that vibration is forever and you can't ever stop it. Can't ever. That's like saying the sun's gonna burn out. Ain't gonna happen. What's up, Ivan? Ivan in that lovely Caribbean weather, huh? Yes, likewise. Happy Easter. What up, Jay Carly? Oh, yo, she always jump on. Yo, Jay Carly be ready to go. That's why I gotta watch what I say. Nah, nobody said that. I'm just saying. If somebody was to say that, if somebody was wondering why TeamAlliance does not fall off, I was talking about that. You know, she can't wait. She was like, who, what, when, and where. She gonna get at you, boy. Ivan's out there flying kites. See, that's what I'm talking about. I like that. I like that. Yeah, your timing is crazy. J. Carl, your timing is insane. She didn't even ask nothing else. She said, wait, who said what? Who said we falling off? For real, crazy. Look at them, they love being on camera. People love being on camera. I don't care what nobody said. That's why you have traffic jams. Because you always got gridlock. People be rubbernecking. You ready? I want to go to Starbucks. Can I go to the one in there? Or you want to go to a different one? You want from down there?
That seems like it's far.
So then we'll just find one when we drive.
Yeah, because this is I don't want to sit here.
All right. Starbucks time. You're about to roll. Is this right here? Is this on? That's on. Whew. So what's happening, Mrs. Fuller? No camera today?
If I have some shades on my bag.
You already know how you do. She's like, listen, let me get my shade game up, and then we can talk about it. They in here?
I don't know.
I knew that was going to happen.
I know, right?
And I caught it. My reflexes is crazy. I had your pocketbook in my hand. I had your pocketbook in one hand. Right?
What time is it? I have to get back.
It is 4:50, almost 5 o'clock. All right. Hopefully that'll stay up there. I don't see them in here.
Did anybody call me?
They're not in here. Where'd you put them?
I must have left them.
Right, over there skipping. She over there skipping to my loo. They came back on. Internet be a little shabby in this area.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There's Mrs. Fuller.
Oh, stop.
Brooklyn, Ivan. Right now we in the city.
You said he asked where we're from?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right now we rolling around in Midtown. As soon as I see a Starbucks, I'm going up in there.
I passed one, but it was.
We'll see another one.
It was out of my way.
We'll see another one. And what block is this?
Madison.
Madison? Yeah, there'll be one over here somewhere.
This is the way the express bus takes us back home.
Mm-hmm.
I love the express bus.
We had some decent dinner yesterday, actually. We had some chicken, rice. Was it rice and beans? It was rice and peas.
It was rice and peas.
Nice salad. Salad was real good. My mother-in-law, she likes to put red peppers, green peppers, the bell peppers, in the midst of the salad. And you got to get Italian dressing, but there's one in particular. There's a brand. The only one that I'll get. And I will not tell you what it is.
It was a delightful salad. It really was. It was refreshing. It was so good that everybody was coming back for seconds. I was like, coming back for seconds on salad. Seconds and third. It was a really good salad. It wasn't Foxy lettuce.
Nah, we don't.
we
don't do Foxy lettuce.
Isn't Foxy a brand? It's not a lettuce type.
Foxy is a brand, but it's like a.
It's like the Refrigerator. It's
Yeah.
like the Refrigerator. It's a brand.
Everyone calls it Foxy now. Because it's like a cabbage head.
It is, and it's. I'm not against it, but oh no, I need to be turning over here.
Right.
I'm wilding. Okay, no. Where am I? This is Madison?
It's still Madison. This is 57th.
Oh no, I need to get back over. Come on. These cabs are insane up here.
Mrs. Fuller don't play, boy. She whip it around. She's a New York City driver for real.
All right, so where was... Oh no, you know where I'm going? Oh, I can take this straight up. I don't have to go that way. I thought I was going this way.
Why, you going uptown?
I gotta go back to 3rd Avenue in 71st. So
all right. So you're going to the 70s, then you can bus over.
Right.
All right. Let me see the comment section. All we need is shades and lip balm. Ivan said he got his family in Fulton Avenue in Brooklyn.
Really?
Okay.
Too bad we
everybody from Brooklyn, right?
No, is he from Brooklyn or is he in Brooklyn? It's two different things.
No, I think that I think Ivan's family is from the Caribbean.
Oh,
he's in Bermuda right now.
Oh.
But if he got family in Brooklyn, then there you have it.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's in Brooklyn. Too bad we don't have time. We could have swung out there, but.
Matthew, what up?
Always something to do.
We got to still hit that. All
right.
There was a spot in Brooklyn I told you about.
Okay. Now let me pass it, please.
But you trying to get across on what? 70 what?
I only need to get up to 70.
You said 71st.
70th Street. 70th Street.
So cut across like around 68th.
Why?
Just in case.
Just in case what?
Because you don't know. You don't be on this side of the city like that.
We don't be.
Are you trying to correct my vernacular? Are you serious?
Oh, shut up.
I'm 100% New Yorker.
West Side. New Yorker.
New Yorker.
Exactly. You're New Yorker.
I can't even help it if I try. And you don't talk about me. You worse.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
you're
New York. Your New York talk.
I'm not a New
Your
Yorker.
New York talk is way worse than mine.
No, you sound crazy. New York. Come on, NCA. Alright, I missed 68 because of the bus. Alright,
so catch 70th.
Huh?
Next right.
I know how to. Excuse me.
There she goes. There she goes.
And I know where I'm going. Unlike some people.
You don't know where you're going.
I do. Uh-oh.
Oh, they go to Prada store. Right on the corner.
Hey.
Yo, how much do you think these joints go for right here?
Oh man, millions of dollars. Oh, excuse me.
How many millions?
Lots of millions.
Mega millions.
The funny thing about these apartments in Manhattan, depending on the location, a lot of them are rent subsidized. And people can be living in these huge apartments
for like a tenth?
I don't do like fractions and decimals. I do whole numbers.
So all right. So how much you think they paying?
I know for sure that some people pay as little as $200.
Ain't nobody paying no $200. Nah.
I'm telling you, yes.
Nah, you're bugging.
I know people who pay that.
Not in no new building. Not in a new luxury building.
I'm talking about these old buildings, depending on like the Upper West Side. It depends on where you're located.
You talking about the ones that are still under the rent stabilization law?
Right, of course. And there's so many of them. There are a lot of them left. Not enough, actually. Evidently. But that's why they never let them go. Their grandmother bought it in the 70s.
And they passing it on.
Or they rented it in the 70s.
But do they let, I mean, is that what's happening? They letting them pass it on? Like pass it down?
If I'm living there and my son comes to stay with me, I'm not going to be, and then I pass away.
No, I mean with paperwork.
Take it over. I mean, I don't know how that works. All I know is they keep it in the family. They know how to keep it in the family.
So I guess they transfer.
And you only see the tenants. You only see the residents when it's time to change the laws. That's when you see them on the street picking. You're like, oh snap! I didn't even know anybody lived in this building. And they're out there picketing all heavy. And next thing you know, the mayor comes and they say, oh, okay, we have to protect the rent stabilization for these people. But mind you, it's a whole gang of people that have nowhere to live, or they're fighting for their little Section 8. Come on. So unfair.
Just fighting to still
so
live here.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep.
He said it sounded like some Jamaican dinner. Oh, when we was talking about cabbage?
We wasn't eating cabbage, though. We was talking about the head of cabbage.
We was talking about, yeah, I must have said cabbage, though.
You said the foxy lettuce resembles a head of cabbage.
Yeah, I did. Oh, Hassan said lamb and fried Jamaican cabbage.
See, now they making me hungry. You know I will go stop and get me some Caribbean.
Oh, my goodness.
Caribbean.
Wasn't you just over here?
Yes, I was.
You back over here again?
You are so...
I see you ain't find no Starbucks, though.
Your observation is 100%.
So you gonna play games. You still ain't find no Starbucks.
I'm gonna find you a Starbucks. You be sounding like a real coffee fiend.
Nah, I'm not a coffee fiend. I just like coffee.
All right. I'm gonna have to back up in this spot right here. Yeah, you be sounding like you really desperate sometimes. Desperado.
Really?
I think that's such a fun business. Silly. Party supplies. Right? Come on.
I don't think they make no money.
Party people, yeah, they make money.
Nah, I think they got a lot of overhead.
So in other words, you never open up that business. That wouldn't be your business of choice.
No. I think their overhead is high. I would
if you had money to burn, if you just had money to burn and you said, I'll get this business right here. Like if I said, oh, I want to
party supplies would not be one of them.
Why? It's not just balloons and rental chairs. They do tables, they do big venues, depending on who you are. And they do a lot of online business too.
So what's the basis of you selecting that?
Then you have a big conglomerate like Party City, but
That's
City doesn't have everything though.
They don't, but they represent the model.
Yeah, and they overpriced and.
So like that's what I'm saying. So what would you do different than what they do?
That Modern States Party Supply that looks like it's.
You on the outside. You ain't even go in yet.
I see through the doors. I can see everything.
She said I would do that. So you just like how it looks on the outside.
I would do it. I would do everything. I'd have streamers. I'd even have a section for a candy bar. I think a candy bar is a great idea. I like a chocolate bar. Boys, and you talk about chocolate bars. Not no. You want to be all bougie? No. Your money is gonna be made.
Is a chocolate bar bougie?
Little kids like.
She said a chocolate bar is bougie.
I'll do a chocolate fountain or something like that, but
that's what I'm talking about.
Bar.
That's what I'm talking about. The fountain.
What you gonna have? White chocolate, dark chocolate. It's only but so much chocolate you're gonna have. But you're gonna have chocolate chip cookies, brownies. You're gonna have a brownie section with nuts. You're gonna have heated brownies. Like, what are you gonna have in your chocolate section? Kids don't love.
This is what I gotta go home to every day. I gotta go home to this.
Kids don't love chocolate like that. I think that kids love colorful candy. And you have a colorful candy bar. You appeal to the little girls, especially little girls. Forget it. You make a killing off of little girls. I'm telling you.
Yo, you are insane.
What do you think about that? I think that you got your sweet 16s. You know, they still do candy bars as sweet 16s.
Let me see what they talking about. Let me see how y'all feel about that. Chocolate boo. Bougie. So they played over the speakers at the Starbucks in Virginia. The Fullers of Reality show coming to Netflix. Fall of 2019.
You better speak that, Hassan. That's right. Call that thing into existence.
She would love to do a reality show.
No, I would be very selective with the filming because I'm very private. I don't want you all in my bedroom.
Oh no, they ain't no. You sound crazy now.
You know, I don't want to be like, no disrespect to Whitney and Bobby, but I don't want you in the toilet. Like I don't want you in my house when I'm, no.
What, they was in the bathroom with them?
Yes.
Ew. No, they wasn't.
Come on. We got to give it up for Whitney because Whitney, she went to heaven. But
nah.
They was wilding. Yes, I'm telling you that show really did a bad thing for them. But anyway, my point is I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us. I don't want them all in the bathroom with me. Oh gosh. Certain things you just don't need to see.
Jelani's cracking up at that.
What?
On the toilet.
That's why I don't play.
Mrs. Fuller would never let you get full of yourself. You could tell she don't play. Don't gas her, man. Please don't gas her.
I don't, and I'm very down to earth. I treat the janitor and the CEO the same way. So that the CEO better not act up. All right, boss? All right, boss man?
That's what you do? Made my teeth clack.
He made your teeth clack.
She did one of these. See, that's subliminal. You really want to beat me up.
No, I don't have to be subliminal. If I wanted to beat you up, I just beat you up. Right? Look at those gray hairs.
I get pet.
All his wisdom.
Totally ridiculous.
You should be glad to get pet. It's a lot of men out here that want to be pet.
I'm sure that they are.
And they doing all kind of ways, doing all kind of freaky stuff, starting to lose their minds. So even if you get just a little tad bit of affection, you should be grateful. Right? Anyway.
I told you Mrs. Fuller's crazy. Yeah, but you leaving me.
I am not. I'm very sane. Aren't you sane? And still haven't found it. I ain't checking for no Starbucks.
Thank you, Jelani.
He gonna get that Starbucks.
Get out of
when we get it. Ain't nobody checking.
Get out of Jelani,
Ain't nobody
please.
checking for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
See, I'm over here. Now, mind you, I'm over here running around with her.
You gonna get your Starbucks. Just be easy. Jeez Louise.
I wasn't stressing it.
I have to get home by 6 o'clock.
I wasn't stressing it at all.
I'm going away, guys. He said the wife is in control as usual. No,
you already know.
You the boss.
Happy wife.
You the boss. You the boss, right?
No, I'm not the boss. You're the boss.
Right.
And everybody knows.
I'm the boss in a skirt. Right?
You got jeans on though.
Compadre?
You got jeans on today.
Yeah, jeans are one of my favorite pieces of clothing. All right, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Where's my purse?
Back here.
I'm out, people. I'll be back. Love you all.
Is this a legitimate space?
I believe so. Where you gonna go now? I think you gotta pay the meter. You always gotta pay the meter here. It is Saturday. You gotta pay the meter. You're bugging.
Well, I look and see. I check signs. Unlike some people.
It says no parking 8 a.m.
to 6 p.m.
7 p.m. on Sunday that way. This way, no parking 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. except Sunday. 2-hour parking 8 to 7 p.m. except Sunday over here. So you can park here, but I doubt if there's a Starbucks.
Well, no, I ain't even checking for Starbucks. I just was gonna get out the car.
Oh, you coming with me?
No, no, we ain't gonna go that far.
You see how you do? You see?
No, we're not going that far.
Anyway, folks.
Let me go check and see where the meter's at.
The meter is right there.
To where money's standing?
Right there.
With that yellow?
Yep. Right there. It's a little
Okie
nippy
doke.
out, but I'm
It is.
going out without my coat.
It feels good though. Feels good. Oh, she done left the key in the car. They got a juice bar where? I want a legitimate one. How long are you gonna be in there? 5 minutes? All right. See what y'all talking about. Y'all are hilarious. Ivan said, get that man his coffee. You're more fun to watch than any reality couple, hands down. Spike and Lulu take New York City. Yo, I like that. That's an ill name right there. Spike and Lulu. 5 equals 20. Thank you, Matthew. See, we here. Talking about some 5 minutes. That means I got a half hour. Exactly right. Mitchell said 5 minutes is an hour and a half. Yo, that is hilarious. Very true. Very true. I mess with her. I mess around, go find a Starbucks. Go in the Starbucks, get my drink. Go to the bathroom. Come out and she still won't be back. That'll take at least 20, 25 minutes. And she still wouldn't be back. Yeah, ain't no Starbucks around here though. I know this area too. Like in the 70s on the east side. Ain't nothing over here. Matter of fact, there is one, but it's not within walking distance. It's like 5 blocks up. Alright, I just wait for her. Just wait for her. Yeah, this is Manhattan right here. We are on Upper East Side. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of like still Midtown. It's like in the 70s. Upper East Side is more like 80th, like 85th and up, like going up into the 90s and the 100s. So we were just over by Rockefeller Center a little while ago. Mind you, she's going to one particular store. And she's just hitting different locations for the store. I guess trying to get whatever it is that she's looking for. It's so crazy how like women will do that. They'll travel, like say that they want something from a particular store and that store has more than one location. It could be in another state. Like she'll straight go to Jersey if they have what she's looking for at that location. She don't care. She will go to Jersey. She'll go to Connecticut if they got what she's looking for at that location. That's crazy. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like, it doesn't matter how small it is, how small the item is. You know, it could be like something basic, like a shirt. Like, I'm not doing that for no shirt. Sorry. Ivan said, trust me, I know, bro. You already know, man. They be wilding out. Oh, my goodness. Hassan, Chinatown sound good, man. It actually do. It's funny, too, that you brought that up because I was on my son, my oldest son, he goes to school in Chinatown. Like, where his dorm and everything is located is, like, right at the border of Chinatown and Chelsea. And I've been telling him to find us a good spot, you know, that's reliable. But you know how kids be. I've been telling him that like this whole year. Like, yo, you right there in Chinatown, just hit up a couple of different spots and let me know which one is official. He ain't do it. He'd rather eat Chick-fil-A. He would rather eat Chick-fil-A. Yes, women. Exactly. Can't live with them. Can't live with them. That's funny. First horn. I'm shocked I haven't heard anybody blowing their horn yet. That was the first one. I remember a few years ago what they did in certain areas like in Manhattan. You can't blow your horn, they'll fine you. Like cops will give you a $250 ticket if you blow your horn in certain residential areas in New York City. They're like, nah, partner, you ain't gonna be blowing your horn around here. So like all the cabs, they just, I guess, got into the habit of not blowing their horn like that. But it used to be way noisier, like certain areas that you come to in the city. And I must say, it's not like that now. It's definitely not as noisy as far as horn honking. Like it's noisy just in general, but like the horn honking used to be out of control because the cabs used to be just bugging out all the time, even though they still do. But now it's a little different with the cab because you got Uber. So Uber kind of threw a wrench in things for folks with these cabs, you know. That building over there is one of the buildings I had actually looked at. Let me see if I can see it. That tall one, that one right there. And you kind of see how high it goes. But from there, you can see literally everything. And then there's another newer building that's over here. This one. If you look at the roof, you see the trees on the roof? Like when the summertime comes, that rooftop view is awesome. It's crazy. And that's the building right there. Like you would want one of the corner apartments right there. But the buildings are like, they ridiculously priced though. Like I ain't even gonna lie. It's ain't nothing that's just for regular people. That's for rich people. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have millions of dollars to afford some of these properties in the city. You know, just for the view. What's up, Wendell? The sign said the waffle fries be banging. Oh, at Chick-fil-A, yeah, definitely. Jay Carly said, there's a town we all gonna live in. Jay Carly is ill. She got a lot of vision. She definitely does. She is a visionary. Without a doubt. Yep. Now, has it not been 5 minutes? It's been 5 minutes, ain't it? She ain't nowhere to be found. Oh, they are hilarious. Wendell said, let's have some wings and fried rice today. Oh, from the Chinese, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about some Italian, man. That Italian, that like I said, I've been thinking about that for a few days, so I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure it out. I know I'm gonna get some coffee first. I know that. Ivan is old school too. He said Olive Garden. Yeah, Olive Garden is actually pretty good. A lot of people don't like it. They don't feel like it's real Italian food, but I don't think that's true. I think that they have pretty good food. There are Italian restaurants now that's like, all right, this is real authentic Italian food. Like there's a few places that I know of that's like that. You know, but you're gonna pay more. You're probably gonna pay twice as much as you would at Olive Garden. But the food is worth that. You spend $100 at Olive Garden, you'll spend about $200 when you go to a real spot. You know, get yourself a nice little glass of wine, maybe some rosé. For my wife, she probably gets Zinfandel, something light. She's not really a heavy drinker, and I'm cool with that. I've seen some people drink, they be just guzzling. That movie, The Mule, with Clint Eastwood. Okay. Yeah, J. Carly said, you've been on the source mindset. You right about that. Yeah, Red Lobster's good too. Yep. J. Carly said, that's what they got there. The date spots. Yeah, Red Lobster got the Cheddar Bay biscuits is official. They got that on Smash. They do not play with the Cheddar Bay biscuits. The joints come out fresh and hot, and I like to eat mine with the salad. Do you right? Yeah, the one good thing about like Manhattan is that there's so many. You got a lot of different neighborhoods in the city, for one. And like depending on what type of food you want, there's a lot of different places that you could try out. Like there's a lot of good food in Manhattan. There's a lot of good food in Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn is another huge place. It's mad big. So, you know, you got a lot of different neighborhoods depending on what type of food you want. You can explore the local type of neighborhoods that have, you know, restaurants and just try them out. Like that's how you got to do it. You got to just try different things, see what you like. Y'all like the crab legs? Jay Carter said, you go to Red Lobster, you get married. Anthony said, my daughter lived in Manhattan for 10 years, very expensive. Yeah, expensive is an understatement. It's like it's overpriced. You know, like it's just ridiculously priced living in Manhattan. You know, just it's really just for the sake of saying, oh, I live in Manhattan. Like that's all you really get. Hopefully you get a very nice view, but the nicer the view, the more expensive your rent or, you know, your lease or whatever is going to be. And now I think I've heard, well, not even I've heard, this is what it is. If you want, like, say you want to rent an apartment in the city, you have to make 40 times whatever the rent is. So like say that the rent is $3,000 a month, and $3,000 a month is on the low end. That's low. That's not average. Average is more like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month in Manhattan. The low end, $3,000, $3,500, something like that. But anyway, you got to be making 40 times that. So if your rent is $3,000, you got to be earning $120,000 a year just to live in a $3,000 apartment. Mind you, a $3,000 apartment, like let's say you live like in Midtown, that's a 1-bedroom or a studio. 1 bedroom. It's not big, small apartment, but depending on what side of the building that you live on, your view is crazy. That's the good thing about it. But I'm like, yo, that's a lot of money to be paying for a view. And like I said, $3,000 is on the low end. You got to be making 40 times. And if you're not making 40 times, you have to have someone that is willing to sign for you that's making 80 times. They got to be making 80 times what the rent is. The co-signer. So it's crazy. Wendell said, come on down. We got some greens with smoked meat, homemade mac and cheese, some country fried chicken, Some cornbread and sweet tea. Window about to make a trip. Don't tell my wife that. She's like, where? Where we going? That's that country eating right there, boy. Yes. I've said Japan prices. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Insane. It's insane. And I just be like, well, if you look around at like the average person that's working, that has a job in the city, that's working in the city, they don't live in the city. They can't afford to live here. They live out somewhere. They live in the Bronx, they live in Brooklyn, they live in Queens. Some of them even as far as Westchester, and they commute every day to the city. They can't afford to live here, but they work here. It's crazy. Yep, that's how that goes. They work here, but they cannot afford to live here. Yeah, and I would say probably most people that you see just that have jobs around definitely don't live in Manhattan. And sometimes I be wondering, I'm like, well, all of these properties that you see like selling for all of this money, I'm like, who the hell is living there? Like, what do these people do? Like, everybody can't be a doctor and a lawyer. What are these people doing? Like, what do y'all do? Because I had Manhattan dreams, but my 2-bedroom townhome for $600 sounds just right. After that, you go to Manhattan to visit. You do not come here to live here for real, unless you just on some like a whole nother level. What's up, Max? Yeah, you got to be on a whole nother financial level to be able to afford living here. But that's the good thing about also the way that New York City is set up, because you have the boroughs outside of New York, outside of Manhattan, I should say. You got Brooklyn, you got Queens, you got the Bronx. You even got Staten Island. Like, Staten Island is like the forgotten about borough kind of, but it's still a part of New York City, and you can get across on the ferry, and the ferry is free. So you can commute back and forth from Staten Island to Manhattan, and it brings you right down to Lower Manhattan. So if you live on Staten Island, you take a bus to the ferry or whatever, and then you just take the ferry right down to Lower Manhattan. You're right in the city. So you can work here for us, but you can't love here. Or you can't live here. Got you. Wendell said 3,000 here rent. You living like a king. Definitely. 3,000 is a mortgage anywhere else. A mortgage on a big ass house. Right, that's the mortgage in the rich part of town here. Exactly. Mitchell said, I live in the Bronx and they have an increase in the rent prices here like if it is Manhattan. Yup, that's true. Same thing for Brooklyn and Queens. They turning lots of buildings into condos or co-ops and jacking up the prices. You already know, man. You already know. Anthony said his daughter used to live in Manhattan. He said she paid $4,000 a month for 1 bedroom, nothing special, just a regular apartment. It's crazy, man. Crazy. And see, like for me personally, the only reason that I would do that is if I would be conducting business in the city. If I'm doing business in the city, and me living in the city just makes it easier to move around in the city, that makes sense. But just for the sake of living there, nah, hell no. Hell no. But if you're doing business in the city and, everything is kind of centralized in Manhattan for you, for your business, then that would make sense. But otherwise, that shit is crazy. It really is. And one of them said, Anthony, you hurt my feelings. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Crazy. Yep. But that, you know, like in general, and it's probably not the same thing now. But like when I was younger, like, I mean, I'm talking about like, you know, 15, 20 years ago, probably more like 15 years ago. The wise thing to do was to get a co-op. Like that's what I did. I bought a co-op when I was young. And I knew what was going to happen. Like as time went by, I knew that the value of real estate was always going to be going up. Even with that thing that happened in 2008, I already knew what it was. So I was like, nah. I was like, this the smart thing to do, because with a co-op, it's more flexible and you're not responsible for as many things as you would be with just buying a house. It's much less expensive. And then depending on the co-op that you can get, like all of the maintenance and everything is included. So you paying one maintenance fee and it includes all of the costs of everything. Like your electricity, your water is all included for your maintenance. So what I did, you know, and that was early for me, like I said, when I was young, when I was making money and I had earned enough, like from trading, I went and bought a co-op. I was like, this is a smart thing to do. And I didn't know how smart it would be, but that was the smartest thing I think that anybody really at that time was doing. If you bought a co-op or even a condominium and just held on to it, like you didn't sell it. The value of them joints now, crazy, because now that they're raising the prices of all of the, you know, the standard of living, and just for you to live anywhere, like even regular rent, even if you're not buying a co-op or a condo, regular rent prices increase crazy. So what that means is now the value of your property, if you got a co-op, the value goes through the roof because there's demand. People want to come to the city. Everybody wants to be in New York City, but don't nobody, like most people can't afford to pay these prices. So they go to the boroughs. They go to the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. And then when you go to the boroughs, now they're increasing the prices of those. Just like, who was it that said that a little while ago? Mitchell. I think Mitchell I mentioned that a minute ago. You know, so it's like, it's kind of like not seeing the future, but just seeing the trend of what's happening at the time, and then figuring out a way to do something that'll be valuable in the future. You know, that's something that you just always want to be in a position to do. Like I've always done that. I've always made sure that I've done that, regardless of what I was doing at the time. Matthew said $4,000 a month. I better own the whole floor. I'm telling you, man. Yo, and like, if you saw some of the apartments, like some of the new apartments that I see them building in some of the properties in Brooklyn, $6,000 a month, and they got awesome views. Like they have a what do you call it? A balcony, right? Comes with a balcony. The view is crazy. Like I've seen some of the buildings that they put up in Williamsbridge, which is a part of Brooklyn, and you can see all of the bridges. You see the Hudson River. You can see Manhattan. The view is crazy, but they want like $6,000 a month for that apartment, and it's an apartment. You don't own anything; it's just a lease. You're just paying to live there. And then, like I said, like you can't even get into the apartment unless your income is crazy. So you do the math on that. If you trying to get an apartment for like $6,000, you got to be making $250,000 a year. And I'm like, well, who's making that? Like, who's earning that much money? You got to be a doctor or some shit. Literally, lawyer. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's just, New York City. It's crazy. Anthony said her and her husband finally came to their senses and moved to Florida. That's funny. Exactly. Matthew said TA students. J. Carly, out of sheer will to my universe, I will see what I vision. I dream like you, but they say speak life to your existence. Definitely. I mean, it works. It definitely works. Having vision and all type of stuff, it works. It has to work because it's like that's how the world around us is built. It becomes very interesting when the way things happen actually come into vision. When you actually start seeing how it's going to happen, that's when the shit gets crazy sometimes. Because you be like, yo, I didn't know it was going to be this way. Like, I didn't know it was going to come through this. It'd be something that you weren't even thinking about a lot of times. Like I said, like, there was a time when I was trading and then I stopped trading, like for a period of years. I wasn't trading at all. So during that time, I was making use of the money that I did make when I was trading, you know, and I was doing other type of investments. I was doing stuff with real estate, you know, that type of thing, and was doing, you know, doing okay. I didn't think I would ever be back in trading again. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what's crazy. And then come to find out that not only am I back in trading, but that's actually the conduit that is going to be used not only for me, but for so many other people. It's like, nah, trading is actually what is going to give y'all freedom. And it's like, oh shit. If and at the time, if I had to guess that that was going to be what it was, I would have never said that. I would have never thought that. Because I was, you know, at the time I was frustrated. I was upset. I was losing. And when you in that frame of mind, you're not even thinking about it no more. Like, you just trying to get away from it. You feeling pissed off. You know, so I went through a whole period of time with all of that too. It's crazy, man. But and then right here, full circle, bow. J. Carr said, we all together because of the universe. Believe that. I didn't even know what a Forex was. She damn sure didn't. Wendell said, it's your gift and to others. Yes. To whom much is given. Yes. Dan, you said, glad you got back into trading. Me too. Me too. Shit. Yep. And it's so crazy too. Like the timing of when I came back, NADEX was here. When I came back, NADEX was here. And I think about that sometimes because I'm like, damn, like what if I still would have been trying to get at it at the time before we had a platform like NADEX? It probably would have been a lot different. It would have been a much bigger struggle, I'm pretty sure. But everything happens for a reason. For whatever reason, I was kept away from trading for that time. And then when the time came for me to come back, boom, I came right back. And the time was right. The timer was just right. That's crazy, man. That is crazy to me. J. Carr said, just like you said, everyone that is great wanted to quit all the time. All the time. Yes. Came back with a fresh mindset. Exactly. Definitely came back with a fresh mindset. And came back with the right perspective. Because remember, when I was frustrated at trading at that time, I didn't have the perspective that I have now. You see what I'm saying? Like the perspective I have now came as a result of being away from it so that I could see it. To be able to actually see objectively, like, nah, you've been looking at it actually the wrong way all of this time, and that's why you're frustrated, because you're not realizing why you actually are losing, and because of that, now it's pissing you off even more, and that's what makes you hate it. So that time that I was able to step away from it, that was the time that was needed to actually become aware. And that way, when I came back with the fresh mindset, just like Matthew said, and I'm glad that he said it like that, because that's exactly what it was. The mindset was fresh and different now. It was much more knowledgeable now too. Like now I'm seeing everything the way that I should have been seeing everything the whole time. But I couldn't have seen it that way before because when you're in the woods, you don't see the trees. Wait, is that right? Or when you in the trees, you don't see the woods? Whatever the hell. You know what I'm talking about. When you in the middle of the shit, you can't see it because you in it. You got to step outside of it to see it. That's what I'm getting at. Thank you, the forest. Look at my wife acting crazy. Trying to hide. Anthony said his daughter and her husband were both bartenders in expensive restaurants, made really good money. Got you. So that's why they were able to afford living here.
Okay. Look at those.
Wendell said, "You right, Jay Carly. Your mark is connected to each and every one of us in a powerful way, and we all look up to you now, and always you will be part of our life." Definitely. Come on, we have a church. Get out of here.
Well, you know I'm all about church.
Yes, you are. Matthew said, "Doing things with purpose and not just following a plan." Facts. Yeah, my wife is nuts. Look at her. Y'all see what she's doing? Who does this?
I'm hungry.
I don't want to hear nothing about hungry. Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Coffee one more time.
Okay, what are we having? Because I'm hungry and thirsty.
Jelani says she's been going for 5 minutes.
My 5 minutes.
Yes, her 5 minutes was literally like what, 40 minutes?
It wasn't 40.
It was like 40 minutes.
No,
You
it
got
wasn't.
when you went in, it was like 5 o'clock.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That's
All right.
false. That's totally false.
All right, 38 minutes.
Listen, I need to dust this my turn. That is so untrue.
That's funny.
So I'm hungry. I'm famished.
That was 5 minutes, Lulu.
Yes, 5 minutes. My timing is not your timing. It was.
Sound like the Lord. My time is not your time, huh?
That's right. Don't walk my time. Right, boo thing?
Call me boo thing again. Unbelievable.
You are my boo thing.
All right, y'all. I'll let y'all know if she got me coffee or not.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm getting out of here. We got to figure out what we're going to eat.
It's time to eat. I want something good too.
I know that you do. What do you think I've been talking to you
I
about?
would go out to eat. But I
You don't have time
no,
to sit down?
I don't have time to sit down. I want to rest before I go on my trip, but
what you want to get that's good,
I
though.
want to get some good take home. I'm hungry. And you know those little crumb snatchers. Can't even pee without one of those, right? So you definitely can't bring food in the house without being prepared to share.
Where's mine?
It can't even be, literally, if I had one M&M peanut, I would have to split
You have to split it. Right, you got one left?
And don't let it be both of them. Oh
and
my
Jude be like, his piece is bigger than mine.
It's so over.
Yo, they're nuts.
So that's why when I'm out on my me time, I'm sharing my me time with you, Papa.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm out on my me time, I indulge. And every bite, every morsel tastes even greater because I don't have to break it 4 ways.
It said, Spike and Lulu would take dinner. I'm Spike.
Why they call you Spike?
I don't know. It just sounded ill. It has a ring to it. Spike and Lulu.
Funny. They asked me at the fitting room what my name was. I started to tell them Lulu.
All right, y'all.
So
we out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all have a great, awesome weekend. Enjoy your Easter for those who celebrate. And I holla.
Resurrection Sunday.
Yep.
That's right.
Peace.
This is There goes Starbucks. I'm about to be like,
Oh, there we
Poppy,
go.
you about to make me get into an accident just to get you Starbucks.
She found a Starbucks. Just pull over there.
I gotta get over.
They're gonna let you. Well, you come on. You gangster when you driving. You gonna get over there.
Thank you.
There we go. Look at that. Finally, Starbucks.
I probably see a micro fan over here, a mini fan.
And what you want out of there?
I wanna.
The
I
Danish?
don't want a cheese Danish to ruin my dinner. But I'm still hungry. I'm so hungry that a cheese Danish is not.
I ain't gonna put a dent in nothing.
I thought you said you were saying bye to them. Stop turning this heat
Oh, I
on.
thought I turned it off.
It's hot. You got the heat blasting.
What do say? Mark, follow the woman where she wants. Just let her have it. Peace, love, and happiness.
Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you.
Nah. That's all you can.